Researchers are continuously working towards discovering proof of intelligent life existing beyond our planet. However, if we do establish contact with extraterrestrial beings, it raises questions about how we would comprehend their messages and the potential impacts on our society. This video delves into the diverse approaches utilized by scientists to detect intelligent life, the significance of artificial intelligence in this pursuit, the likelihood of discovering signals, and the probable consequences of such an encounter. For many years, scientists have been using a variety of techniques, such as monitoring radio signals in space and exploring exoplanets to determine their potential for supporting life, in their search for intelligent life.
We've looked a bit, we've listened for radio signals from other stars, we've found nothing. We have no evidence of alien civilizations at all. That might mean we haven't looked hard enough because we haven't looked particularly hard. The galaxy is very big. But it might also mean that civilizations are rare. If you look at life on Earth, it began, we have good evidence, it was on the planet, let's say 3.8 billion years ago. So let's say it may have begun even 4 billion years ago, after the planet settled down and the oceans first formed. It took 4 billion years, let's say, to go from the origin of life to a civilization, which is about a third of the age of the universe. And if that's typical, and we don't know, then it may be that there are very few solar systems and planets and stars that are stable enough for that long to allow for evolution to do its work and for the single-celled things to go to multicellular creatures and plants and make an oxygen atmosphere and then make a civilization.
An AI system created by researchers has identified more than 20,000 signals that are noteworthy, and 8 of them display clear signs of techno-signatures. This discovery has renewed our mission to discover signals from alien life. The implementation of AI has the capability to completely transform our pursuit of extraterrestrial life. Its proficiency in rapidly and effectively analyzing massive amounts of data can help us detect patterns and signatures that may suggest the existence of alien societies. This innovative approach could drastically enhance our likelihood of uncovering proof of extraterrestrial life.
Probability favors the existence of aliens. The universe is so big, 1 with 22 noughts after its stars in the observable universe. We now know that most of those have planetary systems. Certainly if you look in the Milky Way, which we can do in our own galaxy, basically everywhere we look we find planets around the stars. So let's say that most of them have solar systems. So it is inconceivable that there will not be life and I think civilizations out there amongst the stars. But the question becomes, first of all, what form does that life take?
It is challenging to predict the appearance of alien life forms and civilizations with certainty, since we lack concrete evidence of their existence at present. However, researchers and scientists have speculated on the possibilities based on our comprehension of biology and the necessary life-sustaining conditions. For instance, we understand that life on Earth is carbon-based and requires water, so it is plausible that other planets with comparable conditions could accommodate life similar to what we see on Earth. However, it is also feasible that alien life forms may have substantially different biochemistry, relying on distinct elements or solvents. Concerning physical appearance, the possibilities are vast. Alien life forms could be microscopic or enormous, simple or complex, and exhibit a diverse range of shapes and structures based on their environmental and evolutionary history. It is also plausible that they may have developed advanced technologies or evolved in ways beyond our imagination. Before we conclude our search for possible contact with an alien civilization, it is worthwhile to revisit the WOW signal, one of the most famous and intriguing signals detected in the hunt for extraterrestrial intelligence in 1977.
just after the 15th of August of that year, astronomer Jerry Amon went up to get the data, and he was perusing it, and he found something really odd. Something he'd never seen before. Here's the part of the printout with the signal. You can see lots of numbers and letters there, because this was the most powerful radio signal he'd ever seen. And he got wow in the margin, and the SETI legend was born, the wow signal. Now, we don't know what caused it. It could have been terrestrial interference. Maybe it was some kind of astrophysical phenomenon, maybe a black hole swallowing a star, and a burst of radio waves in its final death throes. Or maybe it was aliens. We don't know. Amon, his part, is convinced it was an extraterrestrial signal. He's ruled out terrestrial interference and other things.
The wow signal remains a mystery to this day. However, the type of alien signals we are likely to detect depends on several factors, including the transmitting civilization's communication methods and technology. Radio signals are one potential techno-signature that could suggest the existence of an advanced civilization. Nevertheless, deciphering these signals will be a tremendous challenge. Interpreting alien signals is an arduous undertaking. Our attempts to communicate with other species on Earth, such as dolphins, provide us with some valuable lessons. Despite years of research, we still face difficulties in fully comprehending dolphin communication. The challenge of understanding an alien language will be even greater, given the potential differences in biology, culture, and technology.
Other species are actually decoding each other already. We just aren't in that circle. So we have sentinel warning calls that are used between species with birds and monkeys. Now with cetaceans, with whales and dolphins, we have a couple interesting examples where they're not just listening and taking advantage of knowing an alarm call from another species. When they get together with each other, they actually create short, it's not a mutual language, but they use mutual signals. So it appears to be easier, at least for whale and dolphin species, to agree on some sounds they use when they're together versus their own communication system, which is pretty interesting. I always thought maybe the way to go is to just decode them. But if you're trying to communicate with another species, maybe you have to spend the time, and maybe it's not culturally possible to learn the intricacies of, a non-human animal communication system.
But dolphins are not going to build spaceships because they can't have any electricity, because they live in the sea. But quite typically, if things with big brains tend to be under the water, then they're never going to build radio telescopes and spaceships. They won't be astronomers.
The question of whether intelligent life exists in our cosmic neighborhood remains a topic of great interest. However, estimating the proximity of any potential extraterrestrial civilizations is a complex endeavor, subject to numerous factors. Nevertheless, given the immensity of our universe, it is probable that any transmitting civilizations in our vicinity would still be located many light years away. Even if we were to detect a signal from an alien civilization, it would likely take a significant amount of time for us to receive a response.
So if civilizations exist, again, the distances are important. If you think about our galaxy, it's, let's say, 100,000 light years across or so. That means that it would take a radio signal 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. So it would be a very slow conversation. Even our nearest star, Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system, with planets around it, we think, is 4 light years away or so. So that means a conversation would take 8 years. So if you said hello, you'd have to wait for 8 years before they said hello back. And that's our nearest star system. So the distances tend to make conversation difficult.
Any potential communication with an extraterrestrial civilization would require immense patience and a long-term commitment from both sides. As we approach the possibility of contact with an alien civilization, it is essential that we prepare ourselves for the potential consequences. The impact of making contact with an extraterrestrial civilization could be profound and far-reaching, challenging our cultural and religious beliefs, reshaping our understanding of our place in the cosmos, and influencing technological advancements. While the long-term effects of such an event are difficult to predict, it is crucial that we consider the potential consequences and prepare ourselves for this monumental discovery. Establishing contact with an alien civilization would inevitably raise numerous ethical questions, including concerns about sharing technology, potential interference with their society, and managing the risks of exposure to new pathogens or invasive species. Addressing these ethical considerations will require global collaboration and the development of a set of guiding principles that respect both human and alien interests. As we continue our search for extraterrestrial life, our understanding of the universe and our place in it will undoubtedly evolve. Artificial intelligence will likely play an increasingly important role in this process, helping us analyze data and identify potential signatures of alien civilizations. We must remain open to the incredible possibilities that lie ahead and embrace the unknown as we seek to understand our place in the cosmos. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? Then show your support by subscribing and ringing the bell to never miss videos like this.
If you have more time which you want to spend for more knowledge presented in an amazing way, click here before the video ends.